All right, get ready for this one, folks, because today we're diving deep into a live event, something truly spectacular, a spacewalk happening right now as we speak. December 19th, 2024. We've got a recent news article with all the details. And let me tell you, this is one for the history books.
Oh, it really is a fascinating event. I mean, just try to imagine the kind of precision and skill it takes to work outside the International Space Station, orbiting Earth at thousands of miles per hour.
Yeah, it's almost impossible for me to wrap my head around. So let's introduce the stars of the show. Who are these cosmonauts venturing out into the vacuum today?
So this spacewalk features Alexey and Ivan Vagner from Roscosmos. And it's actually Wagner's first spacewalk ever. Well, Ovchinin has done this once before.
Wow, Wagner's first spacewalk. That's incredible. And they'll be spending a whopping 6.5 hours outside the ISS. That's longer than my last Netflix binge. What are they even doing out there for that long?
Well, they've got a full schedule. This spacewalk is all about upgrades and installations, a new experiment package, electrical connectors, and even relocating a control panel for the European robotic arm on the NACA module.
The European robotic arm. That sounds pretty high-tech. What exactly does it do?
Well, it's a really crucial piece of equipment for handling payloads, moving astronauts around, and assisting with those maintenance tasks outside the station. Relocating its control panel will make it even more efficient to operate.
I'm seeing a theme here. Efficiency and upgrades. Seems like they're really pushing to keep the ISS at peak performance, even after all these years.
Exactly. And you know what? This actually marks the 272nd spacewalk in support of the ISS. Think about the evolution of technology and knowledge over those 272 missions. Each one builds on the last, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space.
Wow, 272 spacewalks. That's a powerful reminder of just how long humans have had a continuous presence in space. It's amazing to think how far we've come since the early days of space exploration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, each spacewalk brings its own unique challenges. This one, for instance, involves installing an experiment package that's going to give the ISS what you might call X-ray vision.
Okay, now that's something I've got to hear more about. X-ray vision in space. What's that all about?
Well, this package is designed to monitor celestial X-ray sources, like black holes and neutron stars. It's essentially a high-powered observatory, allowing scientists to study these objects in unprecedented detail.
So it's not just about keeping the ISS running, it's about expanding our understanding of the universe, right? What are the big mysteries this X-ray vision could help us solve?
One of the key goals is to understand how black holes grow and evolve. We know they devour matter, but the mechanics of that process are still shrouded in mystery. This experiment could provide crucial data on how black holes interact with their surroundings and influence galactic evolution.
Wow, that's getting into some pretty heavy cosmic stuff. So they're essentially tackling fundamental questions about the universe, all while floating hundreds of miles above Earth.
That's the beauty of space exploration, isn't it? It combines daring feats of engineering with groundbreaking scientific discovery. And let's not forget the human element. Just imagine the focus and stamina it takes for these cosmonauts to perform such intricate tasks in a vacuum, wearing those bulky spacesuits.
I can't even imagine tying my shoes in one of those things. Speaking of spacesuits, the article mentions something about different colored stripes on their suits. Is there a reason for that? Or is it just a fashion statement?
Oh, it's definitely practical. Ovchinin's suit has red stripes, while Wagner's has blue. Clear visual identification is crucial in the vastness of space. Imagine trying to communicate effectively with your partner if you couldn't tell them apart.
It's a stark reminder that even something as seemingly simple as color coding can be vital for safety and success in such a challenging environment. It really highlights the meticulous planning and attention to detail that goes into every aspect of these missions.
It's pretty amazing, right? Even something as basic as color coding becomes this critical safety protocol when you're orbiting the Earth at 17,500 miles per hour.
It's true. And that level of meticulous planning applies to everything they do up there. You mentioned earlier this is the 272nd spacewalk in support of the ISS. What can those past missions teach us about the evolution of spacewalk technology and the increasing complexity of tasks they're taking on?
That's a great question. If we look back at those early spacewalks, they were primarily focused on basic assembly and maintenance. You can almost think of it like putting together a giant Lego set in space. But, as the ISS evolved, so did the nature of spacewalks. They're now installing these cutting-edge experiments, manipulating robotic arms like that European one we talked about, and essentially conducting these intricate procedures that would have been unimaginable just a few decades ago.
So it's not just about keeping the station running, it's about transforming it into this sophisticated platform for scientific discovery and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space. What kind of technological advancements have even made these increasingly complex tasks achievable?
Well, one key area is spacesuit technology. Those early spacesuits, they were so bulky and offered limited mobility. Today's suits are more flexible, lighter, and equipped with advanced life support systems that allow astronauts to spend longer hours working in the vacuum of space. And, the tools have also evolved significantly. They're now designed for greater precision and ease of use in zero gravity, with features like retractable tethers and specialized grips.
That makes sense. And I imagine communication technology has played a pretty crucial role as well. It's got to be essential for the astronauts to stay in constant contact with mission control, right?
Absolutely. Communication is key. In the early days, those communication delays could be significant, making real-time coordination a real challenge. Now, with advanced communication systems, astronauts can receive instructions and feedback almost instantly, which allows for greater flexibility and responsiveness during spacewalks.
Yeah, that real-time interaction must be crucial, especially when things don't go exactly as planned. We've all heard those nail-biting stories about past spacewalks where things went a bit sideways. Do those types of situations impact how they approach these missions?
Definitely. Every spacewalk comes with inherent risks, and the possibility of unexpected events is always factored into the planning and training. Remember that time? A cosmonaut spacesuit experienced a battery power issue, forcing an early termination of the mission, or that instance, where a radiator sprang a leak, requiring an emergency spacewalk to address the situation. Those are the kind of scenarios they train for, learning to adapt and problem solve under immense pressure.
Yeah, it's incredible to think about the level of mental resilience required to stay calm and focused when facing a life-threatening situation hundreds of miles above Earth.
It really is.
Yeah.
Their training is incredibly rigorous, both physically and mentally. They spend countless hours in simulators, practicing every conceivable scenario, honing their reflexes and decision-making abilities. But beyond that technical proficiency, there's also this deep sense of trust and camaraderie among the astronauts and the support teams on the ground. It's a collaborative effort, a symphony of expertise working together to ensure mission success and the safety of everyone involved.
This brings up something I've been thinking about. We often focus on the individual astronauts or cosmonauts, but isn't this international collaboration, the scientists, engineers, and countless support staff, one of the most remarkable aspects of space exploration, especially with everything else going on in the world right now?
Absolutely. The ISS is truly a testament to what humanity can achieve. When we transcend political differences and work together towards a common goal, think about it. You have nations that might be at odds on the ground, but up in space, their representatives are collaborating seamlessly, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. It's a powerful symbol of unity and a reminder of our shared humanity in the face of cosmic wonders.
It really makes you think, what are some of the biggest takeaways from 272 spacewalks, both for space exploration but also for humanity as a whole?
Well, from a pure space exploration standpoint, we've learned a tremendous amount about how to live and work in the harsh environment of space. We've developed these technologies that allow us to maintain these complex structures like the ISS, conduct these intricate scientific experiments, and really push the boundaries of human endurance.
Yeah, and those technological advancements, they often have ripple effects back here on Earth, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Think about the advancements in material science, life support systems, and communication technologies that were initially developed for space exploration. They found applications in fields like medicine, agriculture, and environmental monitoring. So you could say that in a way, every spacewalk is not just an investment in our future in space, but also an investment in our future here on Earth.
I'm also struck by the sheer audacity of it all. Just a few decades ago, the idea of humans living and working in space for extended periods was pure science fiction. Now it's almost routine.
Almost. And that's what's so exciting. What seems so extraordinary today becomes commonplace tomorrow. And, that opens the door to even greater achievements. Who knows, maybe we'll see crewed missions to Mars in our lifetime, or perhaps the establishment of permanent bases on the moon. The possibilities really are limitless.
It's like every spacewalk is a step further into the unknown, a chance to rewrite the textbooks and redefine what's possible for humanity.
Exactly. And speaking of rewriting textbooks, let's go back to that experiment package designed to monitor those celestial X-ray sources. The data it collects could really revolutionize our understanding of some of the most enigmatic objects in the universe, like black holes and neutron stars.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that one of the key goals is to understand how black holes grow and evolve. Could you maybe elaborate on that a bit? What are the specific questions scientists are hoping to answer?
Sure. So we know that black holes have this immense gravitational pull, strong enough to trap even light. But there's still so much we don't know about how they accrete matter, how they interact with their surroundings, and how they influence the evolution of galaxies. This experiment could provide crucial data on the dynamics of black hole accretion, the jets of energy they emit, and their impact on the interstellar medium.
Wow, so they're essentially tackling fundamental questions about the nature of gravity, the evolution of the universe, and the very fabric of space-time. And to think, it all starts with two cosmonauts floating hundreds of miles above Earth, meticulously installing a high-tech experiment package. It's enough to make your head spin.
Yeah, it really highlights the interconnectedness of it all,
Yeah.
doesn't it? The smallest actions can have these profound consequences. And human curiosity, combined with ingenuity and collaboration, can lead to remarkable breakthroughs.
I find that incredibly inspiring. As we wrap up this deep dive, what's one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to remember about the spacewalk and what it represents?
I think it boils down to this. The human spirit of exploration is alive and well. Whether it's venturing into the vastness of space or delving into the mysteries of the universe, we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible. And in doing so, we not only expand our knowledge, but also inspire future generations to reach even further.
Beautifully said. This spacewalk is a reminder that the sky is not the limit when there are footprints on the moon. It's been an amazing deep dive, and I hope you, our listener, are feeling as inspired as we are.